So Deuteronomy 6:4, it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord your power is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up."
That's right, man. So that's oh man, it's fucking right. That's right. Anyway, that's like the scripture said, man. That's what you're supposed to be doing, man. Teaching your children their heritage, their nationality, right? Teaching them the laws, statutes, and commandments. Teaching them the name of the Lord and His Father, man. You know. But instead, y'all niggas are trying to teaching kids how to flip drugs, man. How to get to a brick. How to be a rapper. How to be a basketball player. You know? How to be the best student in Esau society, man. You know? Which that's madness, man. You'll teach them all that, but you got the scriptures, you know, right here for you. That's your heritage. You don't want to teach them that, man. That's why it says we were destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. You know? That's why our people in that condition, man. You don't want to teach your children. Like when I first came into this truth, man, and I know it to be the truth, I started teaching my son this stuff, man. You know? Because that was in my heart, man. That's what I knew that's what I was supposed to do. Teach them who he was. Let them know he's an Israelite. Let them know he's a Gadite, man. You know? Not leading him astray, man. Teach them bullshit, man. You know? And wicked as his mom is, man, I had to get in as much as I could while I was with him, man. And that stuck with him, man. My son told me, he said, "Dad, man," he said one thing, he's like, "I listen to every word that you say to me, man." I'm like, damn. And he really do, man. And his mother, you know, that's why I say the women of the household, they gonna be our enemy. Well, first of all, the nigga woman is our enemy anyway, man. Right now. You know? The so-called black woman hates the so-called black man. That's why she's quick to try to call the cops on you, want to get you locked up, killed, and all that, man. You niggas wonder why your woman is doing that to you, because she hates you. Want to have children with you, then take the children away? That's hatred, man. But you niggas don't understand why you're going through that. And it's that simple, man. To turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, your power, man. It said it right there, man. Your power. Hear, Israel, the Lord your God is one, man. But you know, the key word is here. That's what you don't want to do, man. Go ahead,
So Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 5. It says, "Thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy power chasteneth thee.
Damn.
Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy power, to walk in his ways and to fear him."
Yeah, that's the same way you would chastise your son for doing something going off, or your child. That's the same way the Lord is chastising you, man. All right, why? Because we're his children. So if we do something wrong, man, it's consequences for that. All right, it's consequences for that. You're not just going to let your kid run around if you love your child. You're not just going to let your child run around and get into all type of mischief and dumb shit and don't have no consequence for that, man. The same way the Lord is doing us right now, man. Which he already told you. He warned you. The same way you warn your child, like, yo, if you do this, man, I'm going to tear your ass up. And you go ahead and do it, then you bought what you got coming to you, man. That's the way the Lord gave you blessings. He told you, man. He gave you blessings and he gave you curses, man. Basically set you down like, son, listen, if you do this, this is going to be your reward. If you do that, this is going to be your punishment, man. All right, so that's what the Lord did to us, man. That's what the Lord did. All right? So you can't go around, running around, wondering why you're in the condition that you're in. All right? That scripture right there is plain and simple, man. You know, even a 2-year-old can get that. It's consequences for all your actions. You Israelites, you damn other nations, you don't have no father, man. You're bastards. So you can do whatever the hell you want, man.
That was a satisfying ass word, huh? I'm not even in front.
So Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
That's right, man. It's a lot good, huh?
That thou mayest love the Lord thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
That's right, man. That's right. All about hearkening too, man. All right? And then not just that, it was witnesses, because everything's done in decently in order, man. So that all comes from Yahweh Bashing outside. So he sat you down in front of witnesses, man. So it was witnesses, and it said it was recorded. All right? So you can't say that it was never told to you, man. The same way we're doing out here now, and you hear this message actor, you can't be like, oh Lord, I didn't hear that. They never told me that. I'm But yeah, man, so that's what so now that you got this punishment, you understand it, and you know why you got it, you can't say that you ain't know, man. You know the gifts and the curses, man. So we coming out here telling you, you gotta listen. All right?
So 2 Chronicles 15 and 12. It says, and they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. That whosoever would not seek the Lord power of Israel shall be put to death, whether small or great.
That's right.
Whether man or woman.
That's right. Let's talk about you Israelites, man. All right, if you don't sin, that's the covenant that you entered with the Lord, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. You entered that covenant. So that's a pact. All right? That's like a binding contract, man. So if you don't seek him, you're going to be put to death. And it ain't in our time, it's in the Lord's time, man. All right? And guess what? Those things are starting to happen, man. That's why these niggas is getting killed every day, man. Why? Because they're not turning back to the Lord, man. You know? They're not turning back to the Lord. And then you wonder why it happened, because why? Back in the ancient times, you basically signed that contract with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. You followed them laws, statutes, and commandments. All right? And you went off. Okay, so every time you go off, you get corrected. But this is going to be the last time that we get corrected, because while the Lord's going to write them on our inward parts. So we never going to go off again. We're going to be obedient children. Like you hear the cop cars running by, you know, that's going after these niggas that's out here acting a monkey, man. Okay? That's correction right there, man. Good, huh?
So Deuteronomy 17 and 2. If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy power giveth thee, man or woman, that have brought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy power, in transgression of his covenant, and have gone and served other gods and worshipped them, either the sun or the moon, or any of the hosts of heaven, which I have not commanded, and it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel, then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which hath committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman and shall stone them with stones till they die.
That's right, man.
And at the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death, but at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death.
All right, so you have to have, there you go again, you have to have the witnesses, man. All right? You have to have witnesses because, you know, with one person can lie, man. The same way I believe was the story when and these dudes was wicked as hell, man. It was a woman, Israelite woman. Plus the Lord, he don't have no picks, man. All right? You say he's not a respecter of person, that lets you know. You niggas and you bitches can get it, man. And you bitches, y'all tend to forget about that, man. You know, you think just because you got a fat ass, you know, a beautiful face, that the Lord's not going to deal with you. All right? You're not above a man. All right? So y'all can get dealt with too, man. And that's why, like, you had that bitch, Sandra Bland, when she got killed. She didn't think that could happen to her. Wow, you want to run your mouth to officer and all this, that, whatever. And maybe, even if the officer was in the wrong, all right, who knows what that bitch did in her previous life or what she did before? In this life, she got her judgment. But now when it says about the witnesses in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, so you don't get no lies and you don't get things misconstrued. Because you had a woman, Israelite woman, she was taking a bath, she was bathing. I forgot the lady's name. She was bathing, and you had I believe it was 2 guys that they was looking at her. Yeah, they were trying to peek on her or whatever. They wanted to lay with this woman, you know, and she rejected their offer. Yeah, cut. I believe that might be her. Yeah, cut. So she rejected their offers or whatever, and they tried to say that she committed adultery. And those 2 conspired together. You know, we the brother go to the description for you. But those 2 conspired together to try to get that woman put to death, man. You know, I believe they end up getting put to death. All right. That's why it has to be 2 or 3 witnesses. Because 2 could be lying, the other one, you know, be telling the truth. But one, you can't take this one man's word. Another person has to be a witness to that, man. You know? And you got Jake that do that now, man. Lie, these niggas, man, it's wicked as hell. They'll lie on the woman lie on the man. You know? It's crazy, man. But them 2 dudes, they really tried to lie and say that either that she slept with one of them, or she was like flirtatious with them. And they tried to get that woman stoned, man. And she, at that time, she was being righteous, man. Because she ain't fall for their bullshit. When they lied and said that that probably said that she tried to sleep with him. You know? But yeah, that's like, you know, that's why you have the witnesses, like I said, man.
Alright, it says the history of Susanna. I started verse 17. Then she said to her maids, "Bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors that I may wash me."
That's right.
And they did as she bade them, and shut the garden door, and went out themselves at privy doors to fetch things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders, because they were hid. Now when the maids were gone forth, the 2 elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, "Behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore consent unto us and lie with us."
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they were elders, man. No, these guys were elders, man. So they was going off, man.
It says, "If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst sin away thy maids from thee.
Yo, God, now that right there is wicked as hell. And this reminds me, now they're elders, right? This reminds me of the niggas in IUIC, man. On the stories you hear, this some shit they would do, man. You know, and if you don't consent to them, they put you out of their group. They threaten the women and stuff like that, man, you know? If you don't lay with me or commit adultery, I'm gonna get out of here. And you got women that's weak-minded, but this one right here, she was on point. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, then Susanna sighed and said, I am straitened on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands.
Man.
It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of the Lord.
Okay. So that's powerful right there, man.
That's a woman who's kind of showing some a little integrity.
Okay. She had righteousness, man. But these bitches nowadays, they just went ahead and did it, man.
Yeah, they
You go a lot. Matter of fact, they just jumped and hopped on their back, their legs up in the air, man. No?
Yeah, they probably let them run a train on.
Yeah, cut. Like, oh, what? I can't. You going? If I get put to death, they giving that pussy up, man. And that shows the mentality of our women back then and now. And even women back then was wicked as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? But read on, huh?
It says, with that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the two elders cried out against her.
She cried out, so that means she went and told somebody, man. And the elders went and lied on her, cried out against her, man. So that's them pointing fingers at each other, man. Go ahead, huh?
It says, then ran the one and opened the garden door. So when the servants of the house heard the cry in the garden, they rushed in at a privy door to see what was done unto her.
Okay.
But when the elders had declared their matter, the servants were greatly ashamed,
Okay.
for there was never such a report made of Susanna.
See what I mean? Now they lied on her. So now that's when you have to use common sense, man. All right? That's when you got to use that common sense when that comes into play, man. So they knew, even though these guys were elders, man, they started using their mind, man. Go ahead, huh?
It says, and it came to pass the next day, when the people were assembled to her husband Joachim, the two elders came also full of mischievous imagination against Susanna to put her to death, and said before the people, send for Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias, Joachim's wife. And so they sent. So she came with her father and mother, her children, and all her kindred. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman and beauteous to behold.
Yeah, so she was a petite woman. She's a thin woman. She's a nice looking John, you know what I'm saying? She's a beautiful woman, man. Yeah, yeah. So that's why these elders, they was in the wrong, man. So they lusted after this woman. And furthermore, she was married, so they knew they was going to go. Watch what happens. Go ahead.
It says, and these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be filled with her beauty.
Right, now it's like she going to trial now. You know, she got her family there. You know, you got the people getting on the stand. I'm gonna just put in the terms like you would have today. So that would be her, like she's in trial, man. You know? Yeah, cut. So you have to have that, man. So like I said, everything has to be done decently in order. So there's no lies being told, man. Like you get cross-examined and all that, man. Go ahead, huh?
It says, therefore her friends and all that saw her wept. Then the two elders stood up in the midst of the people and laid their hands upon her head. And she looked up toward heaven, for her heart trusted in the Lord.
That's right, man. So she had faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, man. You know? Like she had faith in the Lord, man, that he wasn't going to put her to death because she knew that she was right, man. You know? Go ahead, huh?
It says, and the elders said, as we walked in the garden alone, this woman came in with two maids and shut the garden door and sent the maids away. Then a young man who there was hid came unto her and lay with her. Then we that stood in the corner of the garden seeking this wickedness ran unto them.
Now that's where they messed up right there. Because why was you in the seat and hiding in the corner, man? So they basically telling on themselves. And the Lord's allowing them to do that, man. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, cut. So why, if you was in the court, that means you was watching this woman, man, and you know she was about to get bathed and all that, man. So why was you doing that? Go ahead,
It says, and when she was slacking, and when she slacking, and when we saw them together, the man we could not hold, for he was stronger than we, and opened the door and leaped out.
No, that's the, these dudes is telling straight up lie, man. Like that's crazy, man. And you have you know, you have elders like that today, man. You know, like dudes like Yohana, they're elders, man. They're particular organizations, I want to call it, because they're not of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They get that 501c3 charter. You know, IUIC dudes like that, man. Go ahead, Al.
It says, but having taken this woman, we asked who the young man was, but she would not tell us. These things do we testify.
So they couldn't even identify who this guy was, man. You know, and they asked her who it was. And then furthermore, they said that he was stronger than both of them, man. So this had to be a pretty big dude, man. You know? Go ahead, Al.
It says, then the assembly believed them as those that were the elders and judges of the people, so they condemned her to death. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting power that knowest the secrets and knoweth all things before they be, thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me, and behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have mischievously invented against me. And the Lord heard her voice. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel, who cried with a loud voice, I am clear from the blood of this woman. Then all the people turned them towards him and said, what meanest these words that thou hast spoken? So she standing in the midst of them said, are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth, ye have condemned the daughter of Israel?
God, see? That's a wise man right there. You got dudes, and that's, you know, you got guys right now that are just listening to whatever they told, man, without examining, studying, or anything. All right, go ahead.
It says, return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against her. Wherefore all the people turned again in haste, and the elders said unto him, come sit down among us, and show it us, seeing the Most High have given thee the honor of an elder. Then said Daniel unto them, put these two aside, one far from another, and I will examine them.
God.
So when they were put asunder from one from another, he called one of them and said unto him, O thou that art waxen old in wickedness, now they sin which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light.
That's a move like you know, King Solomon pulled, man. You know, along those lines, man. Because like if you got two guys together, they conspiring together, they gonna sit together and they gonna keep their lie tight, man.
Yeah, one's going to disagree with
Yeah, yep. Whoever got the most influence on the other one, yo, we gonna say this, and it happened like this is that. But when you separate them, you know what I'm saying? That's when the stories start getting jacked up, man. And you really can drill them guys. And that's what the police do now, man. They get that shit from us, man. You know, the way they conduct their interrogation, yeah, kind of all that, they get that from us, man. We taught them bastards everything, man. You know, they didn't even know how to wash their ass. You know? Go ahead,
It says, for thou hast pronounced false judgment, and hast condemned the innocent, and hast let the guilty go free. Albeit the Lord said, the innocent and righteous shall thou not slain.
That's right, man.
Now then, if thou hast seen her, tell me, under what tree sawest thou come company together?
Okay.
Who answered, under a mastic tree. And Daniel said, very well, thou hast lied against thine own head. For even though the angels of the Most High have received the sentence of the Most High to cut thee in two, so he put him asunder and commanded to bring the other, and said unto him, Thou seed of Canaan, and not of Judah, beauty hath deceived thee, and lust hath perceived thine heart.
God, he says the seed of Cain, man. You know, that's like when you got
Let me say,
Cain. So like he had that same spirit Cain had. You know? Trying to act like he directing traffic. But yeah, so he had that same spirit like Cain had, the Canaanites, man. You know? That's why the Lord said, you are your father the devil, man. Right? And they was deceiving, like these niggas right here. And those they were else, but they were being niggas right there, man. You know? Go ahead,
it says, all right, verse 57, it says, Thus have ye dealt with the daughter of Israel, and they for fear commanded with you, it's like company with you, but the daughter of Judah will not abide your wickedness. Now therefore tell me, under what tree didst thou take them companying together? Who answered, under a home tree. Then said Daniel unto him, Well, thou hast also lied against thine own head. For the angel of the Most High waited with the sword to cut thee in two, that he mayest destroy you.
That's right.
With that all the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised the Most High, who saved them that trust in him.
That's right, man. That's it basically it, man. I mean, you can read it further on, you know, brothers, man. You get a chance or whatever, but that's the integrity, man, that this woman had, you know. And basically, like, if you trust in the Most High, He's going to deliver you, man. You know, that's the whole thing. You're supposed to trust in the Most High, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And we coming up on a time like that. I'm talking about these dudes lied on this woman, man, and they're doing the same thing now. They lying on us, man.
I mean,